10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Lady Miz, and you are tuned into From the Ground Up Productions, and today we are educating y'all. We have Elliott Washington Jr. in the building, and he's going to be talking to y'all about non-doc loans and fixing your credit and business credit. So stay tuned and keep it locked.
Welcome to the podcast from Doug Ground Up Productions with hosts Lady Miz and Ray. This is a universal platform, and there is nothing off limits. We talk about it all, and we keep it real. This is a no judgment zone, so come as you are. If you are a professional, entertainer, author, comedian, entrepreneur, or just someone who wants to get something off their chest, well, let your voice be heard here on From the Ground Up Productions. Sponsorship and other opportunities are available from the Ground Up Productions. Turning nothing into something. There's only one way to go from here. And now, here are your hosts, Lady Miz and Ray.
What's good, people? It's your girl, Lady Miz, and my co-host,
Double R, Regular Ray.
You already know what it is. You tune into From the Ground Up Productions, and there is only one way to go from here, y'all. Check this out. First of all, I want to say happy Monday to everybody out there, or whatever day it is, because I got to be honest, sometimes I don't know what day it is anymore. This whole pandemic threw me totally off track. But today is a super special day because we have Elliott Washington Jr. on the show, and we are going to be educating you on credit, business credit, loans, and no-doc loans. So listen, y'all really want to pay close attention to the information that this brother is about to drop on y'all today. You do not want to miss this. So call your mommy, call your daddy, your aunties, your uncles, your friends, and everybody, and gather around, because this is some stuff that will change your life forever. So let's go ahead and bring on Elliott Washington Jr. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Elliott Washington Jr. to the show. So, how are you doing today, brother?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing a whole lot better now that I'm talking to my sisters and my other brothers and stuff like that. I'm feeling awesome.
Absolutely. Well, listen, we want to welcome you to the show. And I just want to say big shout out to Clubhouse, right? Because this is how we ended up meeting each other, you know? So I like the fact that that platform is bringing people together, you know? So, and I'm also excited to have you on the show because you're going to be basically providing opportunities to those who do not have, I shouldn't say do not have, or may not have other opportunities or dealing with the bank and such. So you're going to be giving a lot of great information. So I'm very excited to have you on the show because I am so sure there's going to be a lot of people out there that are going to need your services.
Yes. I'm happy to provide. And like I said, that Clubhouse platform, just, you know, how we met, and just being able to give out knowledge there is just an awesome platform for people to just kind of help, not sell, but just help and educate, and just let the people just kind of decide how they want to flow. But, you know, it's all about resources.
Absolutely. So listen, we know that you know, the main thing is, from what I know, is that you specialize in no-doc loans. But before we get into that, can you give a little bit of history on who you are and how you got started?
Okay, well, my history goes back. I'm from the Carolinas. I'm from Beaufort, South Carolina. I graduated in '89 from high school in Beaufort. I joined the Navy in '89. Was in Desert Shield, Desert Storm on the USS Saratoga. I did about 10 years in the Navy before I was medically retired. So I'm a disabled Navy veteran. And then I moved to Greenville, South Carolina.
Thank you for your service.
That's your brother right here. He's a veteran too from the Navy.
I saw that. I saw that. I knew we were gonna have to talk off the camera. I knew we were gonna talk because he's my fellow brother, my fellow shipmate.
Yeah.
So I knew that was gonna happen, right? I was gonna save that. But anyway, so yeah, so I did my whole time, brother, in Jacksonville, Florida. So I did NAS Cecil Field, NAS Mayport, NAS Jacks. You know, I did all my time there. It was great getting ready to transfer again. I was going to stay in Jacksonville. It kind of became my second home. Really, really fell in love with the state of Florida. But that wasn't to be. So I was medically retired. So I relocated to Greenville, South Carolina, where I'm at right now, because I wanted to keep my military and my government time going. So I moved here to join with the post office, so I wouldn't have any competition in Florida with my disability and my retirement status, so I can get right on. So I got right on. I sacrificed some benefits getting out of the state, but you know, I got me a good job. And so I retired from there 20 years in. So prior to retiring, you know, my wife had kind of started up doing credit because she had took a loss in her life with you know, a death. And of course that corporate America job was kind of like, you know, after that 3 days bereavement, I need you back on the spot. And sometimes that's not necessarily how it goes, especially when it's a close, deep loved one, you know, you're going through. Right. So from that point, you know, income and, you know, caring about making timely payments and stuff, this kind of went to the wayside. And so our credit took a hit. So by the time she came back and realized that she needed to kind of get her credit the way it needs to be, she started doing a lot of research, and she made things happen. So once she got her credit back into the 700 and then started increasing it, she realized that there are a lot of people that's suffering from this credit situation because they don't know how to talk to the bureaus. They don't know all the red tape of what credit repair is all about and what it takes, the secret sauce to it and the science to it. So she started helping family and friends, and it kind of just spilled out from there. And then she came to me and was like, hey, you know, I want to open up my own place. So like any good husband, like you yourself, sir, you support your wife. You know, you help push them out there. You know, that's what us good guys do. You know, we don't stand in the way with jealousies and insecurities and, you know, try to keep it like, oh, you know, I don't want my wife because she's a pretty woman in front of other people's faces. She's handling business and she's bringing stuff in for the family. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Gotta give you the horns for that. Gotta give you the horns for that one.
but a lot of those guys who got the insecurities or we're not doing the right thing, then we try to put a noose around their neck because you ain't doing the right thing. So you're just gonna assume your wife ain't gonna do the right thing because you in the streets not doing the right thing. You know, so that gets in the way of what a household can do, gets in the way of what a man is supposed to do and everything. So gentlemen like us, you know, we don't mind our woman out there being the face of stuff. We're going to support them from the background, but at the same time, they know that, you know, as head of the household, you know, everything kind of goes through us as far as covering, because that's what the Bible says. We got to cover ours. You know what I'm saying? We have to protect ours. That's what we were put here for. And so that's why I did that for my wife. So Pretty Credit started, and then it just took off because, you know, we put God as our CEO. And then we was just holding titles here on earth, but he was our CEO. And so we went with that. We started getting clients. We started helping them get into houses. And, you know, I kind of was still like maybe around in my 17th year at the post office. So I would, you know, come on and help when I got off work on the weekends, you know, did what I need to do as kind of like chief operation officer. And so everything grew to the point by the time I hit 20 years, which was time that I could actually retire from the post office, I was like, okay, it's time to get out here now, because I felt like with everything that we did in the last 3 or 4 years while I was kind of working for corporate America and how fast we were growing, I felt like, man, what if I just dedicated 100% of my time to just being in business with my wife and just going for it, you know? So, you know, I took the safety net under and say, okay, you know, because with the post office, I really need to kind of go all the way to 57, you know, saying before I got a retirement to pull in, even though I was eligible for retirement. So I just took an early retirement from the post office, but I did retire. So I was 48 and I had, you know.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you, when you saying you took an early retirement, was that to start your business when it comes to the loans?
Yeah, no, but that was the start to getting into the business with my wife with credit repair.
The credit.
See, where I'm at right now, me and my wife, we own several businesses now because of that leap. Because I just say, you know what, I'm getting out of corporate America. We're going full business and networking, grinding, opened up so many other opportunities that now 5 years later, you know, we own 3 or 4 businesses. We co-owners of a lot of other LLCs, different things like that. So, I mean, it took that leap of faith to say, you know what, I have a good life. You know, I got good money coming in from the Navy and I'm making good money at the post office, but still, I still got a ceiling. You know, I still got a ceiling. Can't go but so high from this point. But man, when I took off, and it was scary, don't get me wrong. Huh?
I said you broke that ceiling, broke through that ceiling.
Yeah, I broke the ceiling. And that's what I want other people to do. Break the ceiling. Everybody's scared and want to have the tightrope. So with the job, you have a nice safety net. Okay. Absolutely. So when you leave, the safety net goes away, but what replaces it is that you have no ceiling now. You know, so now you can go as high as you want, as hard as you want to work, as many people that you can meet. Because think about it. And this is what was happening to me, real story. While I was in that mail truck, working pretty credit and trying to help my wife, man, I had to obligate 8-10 hours a day slinging that mail. And, you know how many opportunities, how many people I can't talk to, how many meets I can't go to? Because I'm committed to that. So when I let that go, and all day is just to talk to other people, other entrepreneurs, go to other meetings, make things happen. That stuff after a certain amount of time start adding up. You know what I'm saying? You start getting a lot of contacts and a lot of networking going, a lot of business deals going down, a lot of collaborations going down. Stuff that you can never do if you're on somebody's 9 to 5.
Absolutely.
See, some people don't understand. They don't understand that. Why should I leave this? This is cushion. Yeah, you got a safety net there, but you got that ceiling. You can't go no higher, no matter how long you work. You might get a few dimes and nickels or dollar increases, but inflation eat all that up. Your kids eat all that up. Life eat it all up. Absolutely. So really, you ain't got nowhere when they give you a few little this. But when you get out there and you can make transactions that can lead you into another 6 figures, you know what I'm saying?
I like the theory of that, because at the end of the day, it's nothing wrong with working. People do what we got to do to pay the bills, etc. Right. And everybody can't be an entrepreneur. But the great part about that is that opportunity is there if people take it and if they really want it. And I believe what you're saying, because at the end of the day, when you think about being a business owner, right? It's you doing what you want to do for yourself versus working for someone else. And working for someone else, it can limit you. And that is really not a safety. I mean, it's somewhat of a safety net on a week-to-week and paycheck-to-paycheck basis, but it's not a safety net, because they can easily tell you you're fired, and now you got to figure out how you're going to eat and pay your bills. So when you take control of your life, and you take control of your time and put yourself in a position to be in control of everything, that's where, that entrepreneurship comes in. So I commend you for that.
That part right there, a lot of people don't want to focus on that part. I didn't mean to cut you off, but they don't want to focus on that part. They want to think about the safety net, but you're right. There's not a safety net sometimes, because at any time that paint slip can come.
Yes. Yeah. And in corporate America, they rely on people saying, you know what, I don't want to leave this because I don't want to take that chance and not have the safety net. So, it's like their business is to keep you from going anywhere further than you want to go.
And that business is keeping them going exactly where they want to go.
Yep.
Because it takes the people to run the business. It takes the people to run the business, right? Yeah. So again, I ain't knocking. I'm not going to knock it. I got a business. I want people to run it too, right? Listen, everybody can't be a boss.
Right. Everybody can't be a boss. You're right about that. But you know what? If it's your calling and, you talk to God about it and that's what you want, there's nothing stopping you from being that boss but yourself.
Absolutely. So, okay, so your wife, you went through working corporate America, or they call it the corporate plantation, right?
Yes.
And then you supported your wife in doing fixing, helping people get their credit together, and you
Yep.
supported her doing that, and y'all started your business doing that, and then that when you decided to get into doing the no doc loans.
No, what happened after that? Then once we started working on personal credit, then we started working on business credit.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So then we started working on business credit, helping entrepreneurs be able to set their businesses up, or if they already had an established business, create business credit so they don't have to keep digging out of their pocket to fund their business, and also be able to get other lines of credit to keep their business moving so the expansion of their business don't come out of their pocket, and also to give them a cushion that when we go through stuff like this Corona stuff, when things shut down, you still have lines of credit, or you still have, installment payments that where you can still keep stuff going to where you can make the money, and basically use OPM money to keep your business going, other people's money. So
Yeah.
when you don't have the business credit set up, it's your money. It ain't no other people's money. And
Right.
when your money run out, that's it. So if you
Now,
establish business credit and you get the lines right and you build them up, because business credit, I can get in a whole another section because I oversee the business credit division. My wife
Okay.
oversees everything with personal credit and the
Okay.
FICO score. I deal with everything business credit. But I do lectures, I do consultations on that. Very powerful. I show people why you need business credit, the importance of business credit, the power of business credit. And then once I get done with that, they sign up for business credit. But the bottom line is, because it's all about knowledge. And if you don't know everything that I just told you about, you don't even know the value. And I have to admit, people that look like us, most of us don't even know it exists.
Right.
Okay,
yeah.
so
Right.
that's just facts. So me and my wife, we have programs. Everything that we do it more on the affordable side because we try to do volume, but we really want to be able to give back to people, and that's why we are referral based business. We really don't market too much or advertise too much. People just talk about us, and people just send us our way. And we kind of result driven. So even when we join things like chambers of commerce and stuff, like they always ask, well, how do you get your leads? Because we generate leads by being part of us. I said, well, we don't market. I say we don't call nobody. I say we're a referral based business, and they were just shocked that for a company that just kind of started back then 5 years ago, how we wasn't calling nobody and how everybody was calling us. It's just that when you deal with results and you can put people in houses or get people cars or establish their businesses, they talk about
Nice.
now,
Wow.
you. And when
now
they
you
talk
said
about you,
you were saying that you help people with not only personal credit but business credit. So you help them understand that those two things are separate.
yes, understand they're separate and they build separately and the different advantages. There's people that has business credit that has no personal credit, just kind of the wet shot. It's easier to build a business credit, maintain it, and the lines are longer, and you get more benefits because it's business, so you got more access to the regulations of tax law to write more stuff off than personal. So a lot of business owners just go and max that out, and they do everything from their business, all their credit cards, all their lines of credit, all their purchases, everything they put into the LLC, and they strong there, and they don't even develop the personal credit. It's good to have both because that maximizes you out to give you double the borrowing power. But some people in business have shied away from it because the main reason, it is a lot harder to maintain personal credit. There's like 5 factors that go into maintaining personal credit, and there's only one that goes into business credit. So you can see already one step. Now, when I go through my presentation, I go through half the presentation just talking about the benefits of having business credit over having personal credit. But then when I get to the 5 factors of utilization, late payments, credit mix, the balances, all the different things that takes off a chunk of why your credit score is up and down the way it is, and how with all 5 of those factors, it's a juggling act to juggle 5 balls. But when you're dealing with business credit, the only factor is paying on time. and your paydex score doesn't go down. Your paydex score stay the way it is. You don't have no utilization rates in business credit. So that means 30% of your personal credit is utilization. So that means if you over 3%, you already taking a ding.
How does someone establish from the beginning business credit versus like most people know personal credit, but not everybody does. So I shouldn't say that. Right. But let's talk about the business credit. How does one person get started on building their business credit? What is the first step?
The first step is, and this is where a lot of people mess up. Most people with business credit or try to do business credit or get business credit, they go all the way to the last leg of it, which is sitting and plopping down inside of a bank trying to ask for some money. That's the last step. You haven't done anything to establish it. You figured you're going to go to the bank and borrow some money or get a line of credit, and you have done anything that when they look at your corporation or your LLC to see that you want that. And so what 9 times out of 10 what happens is they say, well, if you let us use your personal credit and it's a 700, 800, we maybe can do some things and make some things happen. Okay. But usually if you establish a real business credit, you want them to judge your business and give you money and stuff like that. But the banks don't want to be the experiment. So what the first thing you have to do, what most people don't do, is you have to establish your business and make it a credible business, not a shell corp. Shell corp is you opening up your doors and you got a business, you might even have a service, you might even be making money, but nobody in corporate America or no financial institutions is going to look at your business and say it's a real business because you did none of the steps to take to make it a real business. What is that? Well, I might miss one or two things, but mainly you got to set up your LLC. You have to get your EIN. You have to get your address. If it's not a physical one, we help you get it through Regis or other state agencies that are legitimate addresses because you have to have one. You can't use your personal home. You can't use a P.O. box. You have to have a real address. If you don't have a physical one, we show you ways to get one from certain registered agents or certain companies that can give you an address that you can tie to your business. Right. You got to have the proper phones. You got to have the proper website. You got to be registered on 411. You got to have your bank account, business bank account. You got to have, all of your articles of incorporation. So once you have all of those things right there set up properly, connected to Duns and Bradstreet with your EIN number, your Duns number, what you get your credit reports for your 3 credit bureaus. Once you have all that in place, now you're a credible business. And then now you go and set up your online vendor accounts. Once you set those up, then you set up your store accounts. Then when you set up those, and now you get credit cards from banks. Now you can plop yourself down in front of a bank with $50,000 to $100,000 of business credit, all tied to your EIN and DUNS number, not your Social Security number, and say, "Hey, let me borrow some money." Because now,
question. I'm sorry, not to cut you off. I got a quick question. Have you heard of other business owners lending new business owners money, and that's how they start to establish their credit as well?
Yeah, I mean, they might be considered hard money lenders. They use their own personal finances to invest, or they might Shark Tank them, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Invest into them like that. That's
because the DUNS number I heard of before, and I don't know if I don't know if I heard you say this, or I might have heard someone say something about the DUNS number is used to get loans or get loans from other business owners. And use
No. You don't have to have a DUNS number to get that. DUNS number is like your FICO credit score number for your personal side. It's almost the equivalent of that.
Gotcha.
The DUNS number is issued by Duns and Bradstreet. Duns and Bradstreet is like the biggest business credit bureau there is. They started all this stuff with business credit. So then Equifax credit and Experian credit business, Equifax business and Experian business, they started their own bureaus for business credit. Now there's TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian for personal FICO. TransUnion didn't get into the business credit realm, but Equifax and Experian did. So those are the 3 bureaus: Equifax, Experian, and Duns and Bradstreet. But Dun & Bradstreet is the granddaddy of it. They was in it by themselves for decades. Then the other two came in. So now those are your three business credit bureaus that tracks what they call a paydex score. The paydex score only goes up to 100. That's another advantage. Unlike with your personal, you got to go all the way to an 800, 850, whatever like that.
Oh, okay.
And the paydex is just 100. Once you maintain that 100, like you got an 800 personal credit, it's the equivalent of having an 800 credit score with just 100 paydex score. So if you got a paydex score of an 80, which is most people get there like really, really fast, even when they establish just their online vendor account, that's like the equivalent of having a 700 personal credit score, and the only thing that you can take that number down is making a late payment. Otherwise than that, it doesn't change. Unlike the personal side, unlike the personal side, you got, like I said, you got late payments, you got utilization, you got credit mix, you got credit history, you got all these different things, 5 factors that takes that score out. So unless you juggling all 5 of these right, which life sometimes hit you when you can't juggle them all right. Mm-hmm. But with business credit, you only juggling one ball. So what are you doing? You just throwing it up and down, up and down. I got this. That's how that works. But yeah, it's way easier once you understand how business credit works. And that's why a lot of people go that route.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you that. I was like, because you make it sound like business credit is like super easy to maintain, or just once you get it established, it's really hard to mess it up.
Right. That's it. That you just summed it up. That's why it's so important. You do have to establish. So that's why the business credit program is so strong, because if you was in there dabbing around, doing all this stuff, but you can pull it off from online. You can listen, even with credit repair, me and my wife and our company, we never say that, listen, you can't do this yourself. It's just that most people don't want to do it themselves. It's just that most people don't want to maintain it themselves. But we never say that you can't get an 800 credit score or fix your credit on your own, because you can. We give out knowledge all the time for you to do it.
Some people need guidance and they need help, and they might not, even if it's possible to do it yourself. A lot of things is on the internet, YouTube, right? But most people know that if you have someone who's experienced and know what they're doing, then they feel that, they can't go wrong or make any mistakes. So it's also about avoiding mistakes. That's why it's also so good to use somebody's services such as yourself, because you could just take them straight to it, and it makes it worry-free, right?
I was just about to say that. It's the ease of mind and knowing, somebody else is handling it and I can't mess it up,
Right. You're exactly right. That's exactly the case. So our business credit program, like I say, what I was saying earlier, you can do it, but it might take you 2-3 years to navigate through getting the way you can sit yourself down in front of a banker and start borrowing money on that level. But with our program, it could be 6 to just 12 months and you through it. You see what I'm saying? Because we do hold your hand. We do have advisors that talk to you every day. You can call us every day between 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? There's no time limit once you get in our program. And we stay with you throughout the program, no matter what pace you are. Now, we're going to push you to try to get through in 6 to 12 months. But, how humans are. They get distracted. They don't answer the call when we call them. They don't hit the deadline we give them.
You know how people are. But I want to make this clear, because I know for people, when they see this, if someone has bad credit, personal credit, but they start a business and they come to you and they want to work on their business credit, the personal credit, even if it's bad and they owe a lot of money, will that or will it not affect the person doing and working on their business credit?
No, it won't affect them. They can do it completely separate, and we build that up to the point where the business credit, the personal credit, long as they can kind of get that to a decent level, like say, for example, in the 6s somewhere, which is, is average, that's all they would need. Because sometimes even with the business credit, they will still look at your personal credit, because it's all about knowing that you're a good paymaster, but They won't hold you to it. Now, if you don't have no business credit, then you got to have a 700-800 credit score, and they will want you to guarantee based on that, because that's the only thing you show in the bank that you're good at, maintaining that 700-800 credit score.
Right.
But if you got the business credit $50,000 to $100,000 assigned to your EIN and DUNS number, that's telling them you know how to borrow and pay back, because while you get the business credit, there's going to be things in the program when you establish the credit with the online vendors and stores and the other credit cards. You know, you are going to still have to purchase little $50, $60 things here and there and pay it back. So you still got to show that history. And then that's how you get your credit lines going up, because you're borrowing and paying back. Right. What most people don't understand is that they think that by borrowing money, and sometimes that comes from the personal side, and that, you know, you don't want to be out there and owing all of these people money. And you're right. If you're personal and you're doing that, you don't want to owe all these credit card companies. But if you're doing business and you don't have a utilization rate, then you want to max out your stuff. And then by maxing out your stuff, that turns to the bank giving you more money. Because if you're not maxed out, why would they give you money to keep your business open? They want you to stay open. You literally going to, I teach you how to literally let the banks fund your business by getting these credit lines and you unhooking things that you was paying out of your pocket to the lines of credit you get with the banks. And so every 12 months, you can get an increase. That's one thing that's very strong in the business world. It's like you make the payments for 12 months, either they're going to call you and give you more money, or you can automatically call them and say, I need an increase because my business is expanding, or, hey, you know, I paid you good every month. I need X, Y, Z to keep everything going. The banker is going to be like, well, yeah, you did pay me on time. Because I'm going to teach you how you use their money to pay them back too. How you set aside some of that, pay them back with their own money, give you a great history with them. So when it's time to ask for more money, so that's how you take a $25,000 line, I don't care if it's a $10,000 line, over the next 5 years and make it a 6-figure line. Because every year you go back and you get more money. So you can't do this with personal credit. Can't do it. But with business credit, you can do that every time. And so then after a while, you're going to have other business banks that's looking at your profile, because you can look at people's business credit without permission, because it does in Bradstreet and EI and all that stuff. It's not locked away like it is with your Social Security, where you got to get permission to pull it. Banks can look at it, because a lot of times, and individuals can look at it, because a lot of times that's how businesses are sold. A lot of times people don't want to buy a business if it don't have that business credit already in it. It's so powerful, they don't want to establish it in that company. So if that company got good business credit, it makes it better to sell. You know what I'm saying? Because they know what they're going to do when they buy the company. They're going to keep increasing those credit lines that it already has established over and over every year. And it allows them to keep the money that the company makes, put it in their pocket, or invest it in other things. Because right now, a basic company invests so much of their profits back into their bills. And sometimes when you do the check and balance of that, you ain't left off with too much. And then now you run into business and you barely making it just for passion. Why not run a business that you're passionate about and you making the money from your passion and you doing what you want to do with it by investing in real estate or expanding or putting the money into your family and creating generational wealth, and all of your bills and all of the stuff that keeping your business running is running through those banks with them business credits that you have already established, and you just keep growing it. So now when you pass your business off to your kids and grandkids, it's already fully funded. Nice. You know, they don't have to take over a bunch of bills and debt. You know, wow. It's all they got to do to keep those credit lines going. The business is going really good because you're going to pay them credit lines back with the amount of money you borrow. And see, that's why it doesn't make a difference how long and how much those bills are out there. You don't never have to pay these banks back. These banks are in business to lend money and collect interest. Okay, they don't care how much utilization you got. They don't care as long as you paying back every month. They winning.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And you're winning because you keep maxing them out. You have no utilization rate, so they can't take you down because you got a $10,000 line and you spent $9,999. Your payback score stays the same as long as you make that 30-day payment. So wow. You can't do that with personal credit. If you go over, you got a $10,000 line and you go over $3,000, boom, you start to take a hit, even though you got a $10,000 line of credit. The discipline there is really hard for the American person to have a card that they can only spend 30% of it on, and they're looking at the rest of that money on that card. You know, they're like, you telling me I can't access that? Yes, you can access it, but your credit score will take a hit if you do.
It sure is, because they don't like you to be, what is it, 30% spend on your card before before they start to look at debt to income.
30%. 30%. That's a hard thing for somebody to do, especially when most people don't even have a $10,000 line. So this imagine what 30% is when you only got $1,000.
I know.
You only got a $5,000.
We're gonna give you $5,000, but you can only spend about 1,000 of it. So that $4 is just there just to look good, right? But not for you to really access it. And if you access it and take it out or use it, now it's gonna affect you in a negative way. And then down that whole debt to income or whatever ratio, they're gonna be looking at you spent more. So I like this. So to me, I mean, personal credit is still good too. Getting, people want to get loans for their home, etc. But I love the fact that you offer, information and you help. Credit. Yeah, for the business, because that is definitely something, especially now, a lot of people are in businesses. Entrepreneurship is on the rise, especially for Black people. So big shout out to all the Black businesses out there doing their thing, because that's important, Now, what I want to talk to you about, since we're on this topic of loans, let's talk about no-doc loans. What does that mean, and how does one qualify?
Well, no-doc loans, what it means is that I do loans that I do not take into account any type of income requirements, which is something that all loans take into account. All loans that's being underwritten by any federal government enterprise or entity, they take into account your income. That means I have to see tax returns for 2 to 3 years. I got to see pay stubs for the last 30 days. I got to see W-2s showing me what you make every year. I have to see this stuff. If I don't see this, and if this stuff ain't debt to income ratio right, or if it's not enough, or if you over leverage, then whatever loan I'm thinking about doing with you is getting shot down if they don't meet them kind of guidelines. So what I do is I do a loan based on the asset. So that means you don't even have to have a job to do a loan with me, as long as your asset is producing income. Okay, so that means I only deal with rental properties or income producing properties only. I mean, so that means if you got a rental house, you got a rental commercial building or something like that that's producing some type of income, or you can make money off of it, then I'm your guy. That's the only kind of properties that I do. So my market, who I deal with specifically, is real estate investors and business owners. I don't do any owner-occupied properties. If you're gonna live in it, I can't do it. Okay.
So you use basically their rental property or their business as collateral for the no-doc loan to work.
And that's what usually, once I do the loan with you, is gonna pay your note.
Nice. Wow. Okay. So that's good, because there's a lot of people out here who might have bad credit, maybe no job, but they probably have opportunities that's there that they don't know how to take advantage of, and you provide that lane for them to be able to do that.
Yes, I do. I take a holistic approach to everything I do. Business credit, everything I do with talking with people about businesses. I consult business owners all the time. We had a good talk one time before this interview, and that's how I take it. I'm not just a lender, or I'm just a loan officer, or just somebody that's trying to say yes and no. I listen to what the person needs or what they're trying to do. I have a lot of resources besides funds and things like that. So when I get a good idea of what your mission and where you're trying to go, I try to take a holistic approach and look at everything I got going, or what I might know, to kind of give you some type of a game plan of what you need to do to be able to use my services, or go to somebody who I'm connected to that could help you based on your situation. I'm always trying to get you across the line with what I do. So yes, being a resource to people that's trying to make things happen, is something that you don't find everybody, because everybody at the end of the day is looking about that transaction. Hey, if I can't make money here, or I don't see myself making money with you in the next couple of days, you're wasting my time. The reason why I do what I do, because like I said, we made God a CEO. and I'm all about kingdom building, I know that if I help build God's people in the kingdom, then I help build my kingdom. I also know that people come back around, like the boomerang effect. If you throw something out there that's good, it's going to come back to you. So I try to pour into everybody, because regardless if I can help that person or not, the knowledge that I share to them, if they got a little bit of understanding of what I've shared, they might go tell somebody else who can use it, because they were so happy that somebody shared it with them. And like, man, I just got the phone with this guy, telling me about this and that right there. I couldn't do this, I couldn't do that, but I know that you ended this and that right there, and blah blah blah. And then somebody else will be like, well, tell me a little bit more about it, or you got his number? And then before you know it, I'm getting somebody calling me because they heard the time that I poured into somebody who I couldn't do a deal with at all, and a bunch of knowledge that he spit out to somebody else, that could use the knowledge or could execute right now because he has what it takes to move forward with me. Yeah. And then I also send out information to everybody too, regardless of I could do a deal. So this is one thing that makes me different. Let's just say I get to have a conversation with you, and at the end of the conversation, it's no dice. I still grab the email. I still send you out all the information on my no docs. I still send you all stuff. You might can't even use it, but one day if you can, you got that resource there. Right. Or you got it there to it. Yeah, or you got it there to pass on to somebody else. Like I said, like, hey, I know somebody who's doing this X, Y, and Z, and they was complaining about how no bank won't give them no money or how they can't get access to finances. Well, I got some information or email from this guy right here that talked about his no-doubt loans and all that stuff like that. Hey, let me forward it to you. Then all of a sudden I get another call for somebody else. It's all about planting those seeds.
Yes.
And not knowing when they're going to harvest. But God says it will be a harvest one day.
Amen.
So you just be a farmer and you just planting. You just keep planting. And that's what I do with everybody who I meet and every platform I get on. I just share. And that's why I had to get off the Clubhouse for a little while, because I had so many people hit me up. I had to get off because
Clubhouse is a thing.
I had to get off, man.
You got to go and rehab. You come off a Clubhouse, okay? For real.
Listen, Clubhouse is making me revamp my whole back end, because I see how potent it is. I have to have people in place just to talk to people before I can get to them. You know what I'm saying? Just to kind of say, Mr. Washington's going to call you. Mr. Washington got your information. Stuff like that. I didn't have all that in place because, I'm kind of like me and my wife, and we got a small team. We handle everything personal. The Clubhouse created where I had to start hiring some more VAs. I had to do all this stuff just to be able to, because I didn't want to jump back on Clubhouse when I got 20 people saying, hey, he didn't answer my DM. He didn't answer my email. Right. But yeah, he back on Clubhouse talking though. He back on Clubhouse. I just didn't want nobody to see that, So I just cut Clubhouse off until I could answer everybody. Then I got back on for a little while after I answered everybody. That's just how I do.
Right. No, that's smart, because what it does is your reputation is also extremely important. So you're doing the right thing. You're taking care of your people and your customers and clients first. Right. So if a person wanted to apply, what would be the steps that they would go through to apply for a no-doc loan, and how would they go about doing that?
Well, of course, if anybody hear about my no-doubt loans from this particular broadcast, they'll have to be reaching out to you to get an application that I sent you, because we're going to be working together. But normally, once you fill out the application, and Lady Miz does have my application, so anybody who needs to get to me, just reach out to her and she will email you an application, because we're working together. We want to make sure everybody get taken care of, and we want to make sure everybody get touched, and I know she will touch you. So anyway, so basically once the applications get filled out, I kind of research the address. Okay, so the address needs to be in a populated area of about 25,000 people, or if it doesn't have 25,000 people, it need to be near us 25 miles from a city that has 100,000 people. So once you meet those guidelines, that's the first major rule right there before I can go forward or backwards. Now, okay, so once we meet those guidelines, then you want to also make sure you got a 650 credit score. And we're talking about a median 650. So as long as, we take all your credit scores and add them up and divide them, and as long as that score come over 650, we good to go, okay? So once you know that you have that, then the other thing you want to know specifically what my appetite is for. Because, see, I'm that type of lender, direct lender, by the way. I'm not a broker. So I start the loan. I'm on all the applications. I'm even on the HUD statement. So I know what it takes to get passed. I know what it takes to, move things around to make sure you're right, to kind of position you right, to get the money that I have. So once you understand my appetite, okay, like it's basically an automatic situation for me. That's what's so good about me, why a lot of people like me. But normally when you do an appraisal won't get issued in any type of a loan situation until maybe 3 to 4 weeks of underwriting taking place. Once that takes place, then the lender feels comfortable in issuing you out appraisal paperwork so we can find out what that property is worth, so we can get the numbers we need to put on the document so we can close it out. Well, with me, because I do no-doubt loans, and because, we are an investment real estate portfolio where we do wholesale mortgages. Mm-hmm. Once I like the property, we go over rates and terms about like what you're going to pay back, what the loan costs, origination fees, closing costs, appraisal costs. And if you like that, then I order appraisal immediately from that point. Okay. So that saves a lot of time, because now you're not wondering if I go through underwrite to get approved. I've already told you I want to do that loan because you brought to me exactly what I wanted. Right. So that's a big factor to know. Again, you can reach out to Lady Miss. She has my address. I've also sent her that information. You can always forward through those requirements. But basically, in a nutshell, she has my address. I've also sent her that information. You can always forward through those requirements. But basically, in a nutshell, I do single-family residence. I do townhomes, duplexes, condos. I do mixed-use buildings. I do investors 1 to 7. I do strip malls. I do apartment complex. I do retail outlets. I do Airbnbs. I do mobile home parks. I do daycare facilities. I do automotive facilities. And I do storage facilities. And I do warehouses. Okay. All of those things I do. Okay. So as long as you bring me those things in the populations that I require, it's basically an automatic approval. And you meet the 650 credit score. Okay. My minimum loan is $75,000 for residential. It's $100,000 for commercial. I do LTV. I don't do ARV. So if you don't know what those abbreviations, LTV is loan to value. ARV is after repair value. So I don't do after repair value like some lenders do. After repair values come in when you're trying to do like a fix or flip, or you're trying to borrow some money and have money to do the rehab. I don't do those. I do LTV. So when I do that appraisal, I lend 75% if it's a residential of what that appraisal price is. So to meet my minimum loan requirement of $75,000, whatever you bring to me has to at least be worth solid $100,000 for me to be able to give you 75% of that. Okay. Now, if you bring me a piece and it's not worth it, I do blanket loans. So that means if you bring me 2 pieces that equates to that total value, I can do it. Now I can blanket loan refinances and I can blanket loan purchases. Can't do them together. But what that blanket loan means is that as long as I have one qualifying property that meets my population guidelines, that means I can blanket purchases across the board as long as they're within the same state. And I can refinance across the board as long as they're in the same state. So if somebody brought me $1 million portfolio, free and clear, and they want to refinance that, I can get them like up to $750,000 of that money cash out of that portfolio. Now they take that money and now they bring it back to me and start buying things for 25% down if it's residential, 30% down if it's commercial, and then I finance that 30 years fixed rate. So that's one of the biggest things about me is that all of my mortgages and all of my investment stuff is 30 years fixed rate. So there's no balloons, there's no ARMs. nothing like that. Just ARM is adjustable rate mortgages. None of that. I basically stabilize portfolios or investment properties for people. One of the biggest things I also do is I take a lot of people out of hard money lending, because a lot of people don't know that I exist. So they had to go to a hard money guy to borrow their money to get it done, because again, they can't go to the bank. All right. So they get rid of hard money lender, and most hard money lenders, the interest rate is going to be in the double digits. Okay. It could be 15, 12%, 18%, 20%. It depends on how hard that money lender is.
Okay.
And if you're desperate, you're going to get it, because that's the only thing stopping you from accomplishing your real estate goals. And you know that if you get this money, the project you're working on is supposed to make you enough money to pay him off and still make a profit and all that stuff. But a lot of times it don't work that way. You get in that hard money lending, and all that money that you got to pay that person back is eaten into your profits. And say your project is stalling out, or you got bad weather, or you got all kind of unforeseen factors, and now you got the mafia after you. Okay. And so
that's why it's important to know your numbers and know your exit, right?
Exactly. So a lot of people face that. So with me, no matter what I lend you, I don't care if it's even at the 5 million mark, because I go up to 5 million on commercial loans. And say you came into me with the lowest credit score that I could take, was a 650. I don't have any interest rates over or in the double digits. So that means somebody who's in a hard money lending, they can come to me, I refinance them, take the hard money lender out, stabilize them with a way lower interest rate. So that means what they pay back per month went down tremendously. Now they don't have to even be ducking and dodging, waiting for that balloon payment to hit or that adjustable rate mortgage to hit, because they're stabilized for 30 years, at a fixed rate. So I take a lot of people out of that. So a lot of people really love me. Now, one of the other unique programs that I have is I have a foreign national program that for anybody that is not an American citizen, they could be an immigrant, or they could be somebody overseas who have never stepped foot in the U.S., but they both want to invest, buy, or refinance American property. So I have a program for them. Never filed income taxes, don't have a social security number. It can be legal, illegal, as long as they can have a U.S. entity set up. I can do my no-doubt loans for them at 65% LTV across the board. Very popular. And with Clubhouse, that really funded that whole section. I got so many people from Clubhouse that has never been in the U.S. care about my foreign national program. I'm dealing with guys from New Zealand right now. I'm dealing with guys from Canada. I'm dealing with people all over that can do a no-doubt loan in the U.S. with American property, but they don't have no IRS history. They don't have a social security number. They haven't done it. But my program allowed them to do no-doubt loans here in the U.S. And then you got a lot of people like Florida who's got Cubans, Haitians, Mexicans, Jamaicans, all kind of immigrants melting down there in Florida. A lot of them are using my programs right now because they can't even step foot in a bank, because they got no credentials to be able to get a normal loan from those banks. And so now I'm refinancing them. I'm purchasing property for them. I'm doing all kinds of stuff for them because they fall under my foreign national program.
That's really good. Oh my God, you are solving so many problems that people have out there, which is a blessing. So my other question is, when does a person come to you? Do they come to you before they go to other banks? After they go to other banks? When is the right, or when should a client come to you?
Most clients come to me, in a couple of ways. One, they already know off the top they're not going to qualify for any bank, so they don't even walk in no doors with banks. The other ones do come after they got slapped down from banks. But most of the people that come to me, again, just like with all the other companies I have, it's usually on a referral basis. They find out about me because they hear the big cheese that's in the rat trap is no-doubt loans. Right. See, when they hear no-doubt loans, it's like it's something they sniff out. They're like, who's doing that? Right. Where they at? Yeah, I need to call them. So that's why I lead everything. That's why, you know, I'm known as Mr. No Doubt Loans. Okay. So that's my handle. So, you know, I kind of like when they hear about this guy, this Mr. No Doubt Loans, even on Clubhouse, that's my handle under my name on my profile, Mr. No Doubt Loans. In fact, I'm actually going to start a new LLC business naming Mr. No Doubt Loans. And that's exclusively said on this show. Nobody even knows about that.
Hey, or from the ground up. Yeah, that's right. No Doubt Loans. You heard it here first.
Yeah. Mr. No Doubt Loans. Mr. No Doubt Loans LLC is coming to a city near you.
That's right. Listen, oh my God. I mean, you really gave a lot of great information. We appreciate you taking the time to come on the show, you know, and let us know everything that you do. And people out there, y'all already know if you need that, come see your girl, Lady Miss, because I got the plug, baby.
Right. She's in there. She got the plug, man. We doing it with her. I love Ground Up. I love when I first met and researched y'all guys, I was like, my God, there couldn't be a better name, couldn't be a better hustle, couldn't be a better something to stand on, and that it never gets old from the ground up. You know what I'm saying? Everything that y'all guys achieve is from the ground up. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? It never can change. And so I love it. And then you also give and inspire other people that they can start from the ground up and be anybody they want to be. You know what I'm saying? Don't just take it from me. Don't just take it from Lady Miz. Don't just take it. Hey, look, you can be from the ground up. This is a movement.
It's a movement, baby. Yes. Absolutely. And you're right. That can never get old. And that's when we started. I said, I'm okay with people seeing mistakes. I want people to see us grow. Right. Because I want them to know and feel inspired. Like, yeah, we might start here, but we going here and here. And I'm okay with taking those steps. Sometimes people want to just run, you know what I mean? And jump. Like, I'm okay with taking those steps as long as I'm moving and I have progress. That's the most important part, you know? So listen, I don't know if there's anything else that you want to cover. But let me know. If not, I just, again, want to thank you so much for coming on the show. And you always welcome to come back on here anytime you want to promote whatever you got going on or anything. This is your home too.
Okay. I love it. This is y'all guys are an extension of my business. I love it. And y'all guys, every resource I have is part of Ground Up from this point on. Everything I do.
Appreciate
that. Business credit repair, no doubt loans. I got a couple other things that I am working on. So yeah, I will reach back out to promote those things on this platform. But everything I own is a part of Ground Up. You just let me know how I can help or facilitate or educate, and I'll be there.
Thank you. We appreciate that
so much. Well, listen, thank you so much again for being on the show. I don't know if do you have any final words?
Yeah, just if you contact me, you know, you're going to get a holistic approach. You know, I'm going to educate you. I'm going to ask you how you hear about me because I'm a referral-based business. So, you know, just mention Ground Up, mention Lady Miz, and then, you know, make sure that she gets you everything you need. She's kind of my point person. Like I said, I got a lot of point people across the U.S. So, you know, I grow with people. I partner with people. I don't like eating at the table by myself. Okay. So I want to make sure everybody eats when I eat. Okay. So that's how I do it. Okay. And if that's something that kind of don't turn your star right, then, you know, I'm not your guy. Okay. But otherwise, because I'm all about teamwork. If it's all about me, you know, I'll be talking to you and I'll do what I got to do to get you off the phone. But just be honest with me. Tell me what you need. Tell me how I can help you. Then I'll pour out and give you stuff that you probably never thought that somebody would share with you.
Absolutely. And listen, and I appreciate so much of you allowing us to be a part of that and be a referral system with your company. I still want you to give your social medias and how people can contact you. They can definitely mention From the Ground Up if they don't come to me, but I still want people to know how they can get in touch with you. So give your social medias and your website. Okay,
my website is www.nationwidebizloans.com. Lending. That's BIZ lending.com. And then you can reach me on Facebook under Elliott C. Washington Jr. and the same handle under Instagram.
Okay. All right. Well, that's what I'm talking about. Listen, brother, once again, I just want to thank you so much for coming on the show. And if you don't have any final words, Ray, we're going to cut it out, guys. Make sure you go check out Elliott. Go check all his social medias out. Go to his website if you're looking for something. Mention from the ground up that you heard it here so that he knows that. And support. But most importantly, support yourself. Put yourself in a position to grow. And he is giving you the opportunity to be able to do that. So without further ado, I'm going to end the show. It's your girl, Lady Miz, and my co-host,
Ray.
And you are tuned into From the Ground Up Productions, and we are out.
All right.
And now on From the Ground Up Productions, let's get into Tea of the Week with your girl, Boss Lady.
Hey, y'all. From the Ground Up Productions. Welcome to Getting That Tea of the Week with Boss Lady. You already know? Sip it if you got it. Hey, Lady Miz.
What's up? I'm here again, y'all. How you doing?
I had so much fun with her last time. We doing this. Forget that.
I might be added to the show as a regular. I don't know.
We're going to talk. I'm going to have my people call her people.
Yes, please do that.
Yes. So, you know, I like to start with the good news. So let's start with the good news, y'all. Stimulus checks are on their way.
Woo! You already know what it is. Getting that money, baby.
Money. Family of four, $8,200. Okay, let's go.
What? Drop the bomb on them. That's what I'm talking about.
Do not waste that money on hair, lashes. Okay, please don't waste it at the bar and smoking of the weed and the drugs. Do something with the money. Do something. Invest in something. Okay, please have something to show for that. All right. So the good thing is you're getting your stimulus, but check it out though. If you owe any money, they can take it.
Ain't the they ain't coming to get my money. I'm protecting mine at all costs. Okay,
they're coming for it. Before you even see it, they taking it. They did not put this as a standalone bill by itself, so the tax debt collectors can take your money if you owe some money.
That a beep.
So hopefully you don't owe any money and you good to go. Party hard. All right. Now let's talk about this. We had a 5-year-old in Little Arkansas. Little Rock, Arkansas. 5-year-old boy in school had to go to the bathroom. The toilet was stopped up. He had to go, so it was the only bathroom he went. Do you know that teacher, she was Caucasian, made that little black boy clean the feces and the toilet out with his bare hands?
No. This, go get her, y'all. Go get her, y'all.
Listen, y'all better get her.
No. Are you serious?
Serious. 5 years old. The boy is so traumatized. And you know he ain't lying because he can't stop saying, she made me do it with my bare hands. She didn't even give him gloves or nothing. And then she said, yes, she did do it. She doesn't know why. She has no idea.
I know why. I know you know why too.
Yeah, I know why.
Okay, do y'all know why?
Y'all know why?
Because we know why.
She didn't have the little white boy that went in the bathroom before him clean out the toilet. No, she made the little black boy go in there and clean that toilet with his bare hands.
So he cleaning out his feces and other kids.
And other kids' feces with this corona and everything going on.
Okay.
What?
Where is his parents at? Did you get any information on the parents?
The parents.
Tell me that they're in jail.
No.
It's one of them.
No, nobody's in jail.
Somebody should be.
The teacher needs to be in jail.
No. She don't belong in jail.
Yeah.
No. This should be a casket for her somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere. My son?
You must be out your...
My daughter?
I didn't know you was coming like this today.
Okay, I told you, I bring the tea.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, bring the tea and bring your guns too.
Yes.
Because like that, I'm just going to be quiet.
We're going, But yeah, not cool. So yes, of course. And she admitted that she did it, but her excuse, I don't know why I made him do that. I don't know. That's what she said. I don't know. I didn't hear jail or anything, but I hope them parents is going to do something out there.
Something needs to happen. Something needs to happen. And she
Don't
shouldn't
slide
even
out
be a
here in the
teacher.
845. Oh, Lord.
Or we going to get 845.
Okay, we going to get 845.
Okay, I ain't playing with y'all. We ain't playing with y'all.
No.
Think this is.
Okay, so now everybody knows that a lot of people have these Ring devices. I have 2 devices at my house. They are wonderful. They alert you when somebody's on your property. They ringing bells, the whole house light up, phones, tablets, everything's going. So these 2 Amazon drivers, one was a male. He said he took 4 packages to the door and they fell on the door handle and the door opened. No, we saw the video. You had the boxes right there, put them down and open up them people's door. Now,
your ass got caught.
You got caught. Good thing it wasn't my house because you wouldn't have been leaving the way you had tried to sneak through my door. Okay? Listen.
Wait. Because I'm trying to understand this. Talk to me about, he said the door handle did what? Because this shit don't make no damn sense.
It just opened.
It just don't make no damn sense.
The packages fell on the door handle. That wasn't even a door handle where you go like that to open. It was a turn one. The packages fell on that and the door popped open. The lady said, my whole family's home, so I'm like, who's coming in my house? There's Ring devices. What's wrong with you? Now, let me tell you something. And the other one, the second girl, you know that when you say you don't have you didn't get your Amazon package, now they take a picture of the package and where they left it at your house. These Amazon drivers is getting so slick. They're taking pictures. This girl took a picture, caught on the Ring device again, that they get from Amazon, dummies, and picks the package up and tries to walk away with the package on video. Now, first of all, Amazon drivers get paid $18 to $25 an hour.
Oh, go put your application in.
Put your application. Why are y'all out here stealing people packages? What's wrong with y'all?
You big dummy.
It's them drugs. Okay? For real. You big dummy. You're on them drugs. I don't know what's happening. Okay? But y'all make good money to be stealing people packages that we work hard, okay?
Okay.
Don't play with my Amazon package.
Don't play with my Amazon, because I'm a straight prime, baby.
For
we
real.
are prime people over here, okay?
What?
We get that shit 1 to 2 to 3 days, all right? We don't play. We pay money for that, too.
Yes.
So don't be playing with us.
I got the ring. Don't come to mine because I'm going to catch you, period. Now, did y'all hear about this nurse in Brazil? This nurse in Brazil was doing her little twerking thing. She was twerking in her living room, doing her little Instagram video. And some creep comes up in her backyard. You can see him coming in. He's looking at her. He came in her house, y'all. She was like, what? After it was over, she beat that man right to death. The man barely made it out the house, barely made it out the yard when she was done with him. Stop playing.
How desperate you gotta be a peeping Tom? And then he like, nah, I got to go get me some of that.
Go get that.
Okay, he like, I'm coming in. I'm coming in. Okay, I can't
and she was twerking, y'all.
I can't take it.
I didn't see what she was really twerking that much, but she was twerking, y'all.
I want to see the video. I want to know what made him say, I'm breaking the hell in there for that.
You gotta see him. He was like 350 pounds. I don't even know how he made it over there that fast.
Oh my Lord, I can't take it. I can't take it. Well, girl, whatever you got, I don't know. Something.
Listen, but she beat him up. What?
So that means
right on. So go ahead. Right. You have to protect ourselves, females. Protect yourselves.
Amen. Protect yourself.
By whatever means necessary.
I wonder if she took some classes. Taekwondo or something like that.
Some self-defense.
Boxing, something.
Listen, they got it. They got all those kind of things. Ladies, take it. I take all the classes. I done took them all. Shaka T. I take all his classes.
Boop. So did we.
Okay.
Lock and loaded.
Lock and loaded. Stop playing. Hit Shaka T up. Terrence Duncan. That's the man. He got you.
You already know, baby. Get that license.
Now, let's talk about what was happening at this All-Star Weekend this weekend in the ATL, y'all. Did y'all see how these go? Did y'all see the U-Haul?
Oh my Lord!
Did y'all see the U-Haul?
Tell us about it.
Listen, the girl rented a U-Haul for All-Star Weekend. She rented the little U-Haul, the 95 joint, and they got all her friends in there, and they drove all the way to the All-Star game.
What? I said what?
Yo, they rented a caravan, with a 95 moving van. piled their friends in there, girl, and went to ATL to the All-Star Weekend.
I said, hold up, wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Hold the hell up. Hold the hell. Wait, I mean, I don't know if something ain't right or is it really right? Because like, what's really going on here? Was that like boss moves? Like, bitch, I'm about to say me a quick.
That was boss moves. Come on, you gonna spend $600 to rent a car?
But it's kind of ghetto though. It's kind of ghetto. Like, how they sitting in the back? Nobody ain't got no seatbelts or nothing.
There ain't no seatbelts or nothing. They did that.
So they just squatters, like in the back of the other van.
Hold it down.
I can't take it. I can't take it.
Buy some like rubber mats or something so you ain't sliding everywhere. But that was a power move. That was a boss move right there. What? Let's go, y'all. What, we gonna spend $600? What? Let's get to you all.
Hell to the no. It ain't happening. They said you got put 5 on it. I got 5 on it.
What? You can put an air bed in there, put some curtains up. Yo, you could be chilling in there. That's like an RV for the weekend, man. Cheap for like $20. Get out of here.
I don't think if they haven't seen it, they probably don't believe us. So let's show them a little clip.
Yeah, let's show them
these chicks and how they get down.
Exactly.
I found him. They found us. The bitches in the U-Haul. I don't need no help. I don't need no help.
Come on, y'all. You gotta go crazy, Shuddy. That shit shows.
Yeah, you spilled it. I'm not about that life, I want that life down.
Did y'all see that shit? Did you see it?
Did you see that? I ain't mad at him. I ain't mad at him.
Straight hustlers. I'm gonna tell you, they know how to get it though.
Yes.
They know how to get it.
They save some money. I ain't mad at them. Now let's see what else is happening to ATL. ATL was lit this weekend, honey.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. My mom always told me, don't you ever leave home and don't know how you're going to get back.
Okay. You better listen to mama. Okay.
You don't leave home unless you know how you're getting home. And don't be calling me, because I'm not coming to get you at 3, 4. You better figure it out.
Hell to the no.
Why this girl made it all the way to the All-Star game in ATL, got stuck and couldn't get back home, y'all.
I can't wait.
In ATL.
Should I be laughing?
Yes.
Should I be laughing?
Yeah,
No,
yes.
it ain't funny yet. How she get home? What she try to do?
How did she get home? She started a GoFundMe account. Now, listen.
I can't take it, y'all.
This GoFundMe thing is getting out of control now. People is going on vacation, getting stuck, starting to GoFundMe, and y'all getting them home. Now, listen, if y'all just are so generous, just give it to me. I'm not starting no page, no go. Just come and hand boss lady the money since you gonna give it to everybody. The girl go down there, get stuck, y'all go fund her home. That don't even make no sense.
Yo, I mean, it's crazy because I got a lot of shit I need. Yes. I should start me a GoFundMe because it ain't bad. Sometimes I be like, shit, let me go start. What I need to do?
For real.
Let me think.
You just got to sign on a GoFundMe and people start sending you money, I guess. I guess that's how it works.
But I think you got to get a good story together, right? A nice picture.
Okay, her story is I was stuck and I need to get home. I can't get home.
She kept it all the way gig. So you ever see the guys on the corner that be like, I ain't gonna lie, give me money for a bag of weed?
Yes.
She said, okay, look. I can't get home, okay?
I can't.
But I was balling when I was out here. I turned up.
I turned up, spent all my money so I couldn't get back home. But thank y'all for getting me home. Y'all need to stop with all this GoFundMe. Check these things out before y'all go giving your money away. If you got money to give away, give it to somewhere good, a good charity. Give it to something.
Absolutely.
Give it to something. Buy some stocks, some bonds, do something with it. Stop giving it to these crazy people out here.
Because they ain't going to do nothing but go do the same shit next week because they know y'all going to give it back.
Gorilla Glue Girl, from this whole thing, her GoFundMe, she said she don't even need any money anymore.
Ain't that
She opened 3 businesses. She got a dance studio.
What?
She got 3 businesses now. She has a daycare, dance studio, and she got deals from being Gorilla Glue Girl. So I'm not mad at her hustle. She did that.
Absolutely
She got 3 businesses from that Gorilla
I'm trying to figure out what the hell can I do to get that type of deal. Okay, so she used Gorilla Glue.
Yes.
What the hell can I use?
Don't use crazy glue.
I don't know.
Don't.
Something got to happen here. I gotta get creative like she did.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I gotta get creative like she did because I don't know. I don't think I've been creative enough. They getting deals.
And she got paid, and she didn't even mean it. That was an accident. It was an accident.
You think so?
That was an accident. She did not mean to do that. It was an accident.
Oh, because there is something called gorilla snot for the hair, right? So she may have, because I had gorilla snot.
No, she said she ran out of that stuff. Oh, no, she ran out of the other stuff. And so she went and got Gorilla Glue, not Gorilla Snot. It says Gorilla Glue, not Gorilla Snot. That has two different packages and everything. So I'm not falling for none of that.
No, I don't know.
But girl, get it. You got 3 businesses from that GoFundMe Gorilla thing. So go ahead. I ain't mad at you.
We need to call her up and say, what other dumb thing you think you got in your mind?
Yeah.
And give it to me. Tell us the secret so we can go do it.
We can go fund me some stuff. I needed some tea on that, y'all, because this is ridiculous. Well, you know what? It was so fun with y'all once again.
Yes. Hey.
Thank y'all so much for joining me and Lady Miz getting that tea of the week with Boss Lady.
From the ground up. From the ground up. There's only one way to go from here.